Students at participating schools have been given ID cards like this, and here's how it works. When they hop on the bus, they just go ahead and tap it. I also found some burn cream. This stuff, guys, right here, this expired back in 2010. Where I'm standing right now, it's only about 4 inches. It has been lowering. We were hunkered down inside a neighbor's house just to make sure things were safe. Now we're out and we can show you the full extent of what we're looking at here. Now take a look at this. This car has completely flipped over. Right now, they just have a fire going in their small personal fire pit. This is really going right now to keep their coals hot through over the next week or so. But it's also doing double duty. It's keeping this miracle fruit plant as well as many others around in this area warm. One of these single colonies can hold up to 60,000 bees. They have these prayer ribbons here. You can see how they're just beautifully blowing in the wind. Each one of these black ribbons represents the name of one of the 49 lost. So on here we have Paul Henry. But thankfully no one here was injured. But I want to step aside and show you guys exactly the damage that they're working with here. This home is completely unlivable right now, uninhabitable. That's based on what the county has said. Right on the other side of this tree, that's the bedroom of the people who lived here, and they say they're just lucky to be alive. Shakita Williams has lived at Whispering Oaks Mobile Home Park for about 3 years. During Tuesday night storms, the trees outside her window, though, were anything but whispering.
We heard the first boom, and that was the tree taking out the carport.
Shakita says she and her wife were laying on this bed just minutes before the tree came down.
More thankful that the kids and us have another day to breathe and to walk on this earth.
Now, they're staying at a hotel.
We're paying $105 a night.
They say the Red Cross has stepped in for the first 4 days, but they're not sure what's going to happen next.
And my spouse, she lost her job a week before Christmas.
All they can do is pack their things. As I spoke with her, she learned more news.
Did you get my other pics?
Marion County Building Safety came by to declare the home uninhabitable. Shakita and her wife have 5 kids, ranging in age from 4 to 12 years old. Their family home now closed off with yellow tape.
You never want your kids to go through nothing like this, to be homeless. And I strive for my kids to never have to go through a hardship.
Mother Nature has left this mother scrambling to figure out what's next for her family.
I don't know. I don't know, but I know we'll get through it.
But when everything comes tumbling down, there's solace knowing her babies walked out safely. Now, the Marion County Sheriff's Office and Fire Department say this is the only significant damage reported to them after last night's storms. Meanwhile, Shakita wanted to put out a reminder to everyone of the importance of renters and homeowners insurance. She says that you never know when something like this can happen to you. Reporting live from Marion County, Celeste Springer, Spectrum News. Jeff Cambry has been working on this project on and off for 7 years. The dream started long before that, back when he saw Harrison Ford's car in American Graffiti.
Ever since then, I have wanted a 55 Chevy. I have one. It's in pieces. One day, it'll be put together, but I will have my black 55 Chevy.
Before working on this car, Jeff was jumping out of planes. A parachutist in the Army, he served in Operation Desert Shield. But multiple back injuries and ensuing surgeries put Jeff in retirement. He says a later medical evaluation changed everything.
I was put in an MRI machine and it heated up and melted that neurostimulator inside of me. Immediately, I started losing sensation and function in my legs.
Now using a wheelchair, Jeff says his doctor told him to sell his metal shop and buy a recliner.
So for several months, I just kind of accepted that until one day I got mad and I'm like, this just isn't me.
Jeff didn't sell his metal shop. Quite the opposite, actually. His story caught the attention of the nonprofit Hope for the Warriors, who just awarded him $10,000 for new metalworking equipment.
We meet veterans and their families with needs like health and wellness,
sports and recreation, and transitional support. So we try to capture the big picture and meet the veteran and their family's needs in a various amount of areas.
Since 2006, Hope for the Warriors has helped with over 250 wishes like Jeff. He's getting closer and closer to having his dream car and is now studying welding. Jeff hopes one day he might be able to go into aerospace welding at NASA. The retired Army parachutist might have his work take to the skies, just like he did so many times before.
Yesterday was yesterday. Tomorrow's a new day. Don't give up. Don't let anybody tell you no.
Reporting in DeLand, Celeste Springer, Spectrum News. More than a story. A first-hand experience for witness Jennifer Murty, spending time at the mall right before Christmas.
You had high school students singing, you had little children shopping for candy.
Seconds later,
I heard a sound behind me that sounded like a shot.
Jennifer Murty has seen her fair share of traumatizing events. Working for the Ocala Gazette, you never know where the day is going to take you. But what happened here left her and many others with images they won't forget.
I think maybe the difference for other people is that they went home and tried to forget it. I didn't.
Gathering security camera video, hearing the shots ring out again. Well, she says it helped her process her feelings.
The first few times I watched it, it shook me a little bit, but I'm used to it now.
But for others who were here that day, they need to identify their own coping mechanisms.
There isn't a day that goes by that I don't think about it.
Elaine Springer was at the mall with her granddaughter.
It's just the worst feeling. I don't think I've ever been this upset in my whole life.
Ocala PD offering support services for people like her, a step in the right direction. But there's calls for even more change, more initiatives.
I would really love to see in our emergency planning a task force that is set up so when crisis happens, mental health counselors can come together right away.
12 days since the shooting, the situation unfolding in mere minutes.
And she just kept pulling me and telling me, please keep going. And we made it.
But the memories for those impacted will remain for a lifetime.